Hey friends, welcome back to OG Universe. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today we're going to continue our look at the new Mcfarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman and Robin figures. Today we're taking a look at George Clooney as Batman. Yep, George Clooney did portray the Batman actually twice. He was also in the Flash movie. So this figure is kind of like a mixed bag of things. So we'll talk about it in a sec, but let's take a look at what you get in the packaging as well. You do get this great cross-sell. I love that cross-sell. Miss seeing the cross-sells on the Mcfarlane figures, but you get all 4 figures needed to build a Mr. Freeze Build-A-Figure, and what pieces go where, who you get. A nice shot of Arnie. And then on the back, or in the front, excuse me, we get the trading card of George Clooney, a display stand as well. But that's not all you get. You get a few more things here. You do get, of course, the Build-A-Figure pieces, Mr. Freeze's legs. Really nice detail and sculpting throughout. And you get these freeze effects. Now, throughout the movie, Batman and Robin, of course, get blasted by Mr. Freeze's cold gun, and they freeze up. So if you're doing some action figure photography, I think it'd be pretty nice to have these extra pieces to portray that freeze effect. But for me, I could have done without these, and I would have really appreciated some hands, some extra set of open hands, a grapple gun, a batarang of some kind. I think that would have been much more appropriate and really appreciated. But, you know, this is something different, a different element, which can be used for other figures, so not too bad there. But let's get back to what we want to take a look at, and that is this George Clooney version of Batman. So first appearance, I loved it. I thought, my goodness, this head sculpt screams George Clooney all day long. It looks like him perfectly. It is such a well done head sculpt. The dimples, the chin, everything here. And just on aspect alone, it could be a really cool looking Batman in your collection without having to be George Clooney. I see George Clooney. I'm not a big fan of movie figures that look like exactly like the actors because, I don't know, I'm just not into that. I would rather have a really cool stylized version, but this one is just so well done and it translates into Batman. So I kind of see George Clooney, but I also see a really nice looking Batman. And the costume overall is so well done. All of the detail, the sculpt work, it is fantastic. I really like these. The bat emblem on the boots, like the Robin one had, of course, his Robin emblem. Just a sculpted detail on the boots as well. The leather, the folds, and the fabric. It looks fantastic. Now, there is one thing that is really standing out in this figure that I just don't like, and that's the cape. This cape, for some reason, like just looking at it, you can see it's not the best quality. It's an extremely thin rubber. It came out of the package with almost like a greasy film on it. I had to wash it, clean it, and just touching it now, my hands feel kind of greasy. And you see it's like fingerprints all over it. I don't know why they use this stylized version of rubber. It could have been, man, they've done a ton of rubber capes and they've done so much better than this. This is a real big disappointment. Coming to the fact that I do want to buy another one of these figures because I do want to customize it. Just looking at the body, it's just screaming to be customized. I mean, I want to add some color to the belt. I want to add some color to that bat emblem. It's just so plain. It's kind of boring, unfortunately. And I do want to get rid of this cape. I want to pop it off and try another cape on here. But overall, this is a really impressive figure. It has some great sculpted details, and that head portrait is phenomenal. So let's take a quick rundown on the articulation on the figure. So you do have a really good range of motion on the head. You can look up quite nicely, look down quite good to give them that brooding effect. You got the side attitude. You do have the spacer joint for the butterfly hinge, double jointed ratcheted elbows, ball joints at the wrist, torso articulation. It can look up quite a bit and go back. And what's nice, the sculpt carries out throughout the body as well. You can look down quite a bit. You have the ball joint at the waist, ball joint at the hips, double jointed ratcheted knees. You got the toe articulation, the rocker movement, ball joint, everything here at the ankle with a really nice sculpted ball joint for that ankle, and it seamlessly blends into the boot. So yeah, this is a pretty darn cool looking figure. A couple things holding them back. That cape just a severe lack of paint, but that's just, hey, that's the way he was stylized in the movie. But if you're customizing, man, I think this would be a really fun figure to customize and just put a different spin on it. So let's bring out some other figures. We'll take a look here at the Robin figure from the Batman Robin movie. The Chris O'Donnell version looks really good. These two guys look awesome together. Just to have them on your shelf and represent the movie, I think will be really fantastic. And we'll continue looking at the other figures and just put them on that shelf will be, man, pretty darn cool. Another figure here, we'll take a look at the Tim Drake Robin. You got that really bright colors of this comic book version of Robin next to Batman. Yeah, it's kind of a night and day approach there, for sure. Another figure I definitely want to see in the movie lineup is Joker. We talked about this in the Robin video. We haven't seen a Jack Nicholson Joker. I don't know if there's some holdups on the likeness or something, but man, why haven't we got a Jack Nicholson Joker? Hopefully he's going to come down very soon. Hopefully in 2024 we'll see that. This is one of my kind of more favorite unique versions of Batman, and that's the Flashpoint Thomas Wayne, the unmasked version. Back in the good old days, they actually came with guns for these figures. Maybe one day WB will kind of lift that mandate on the guns for the figures, but yeah, this was a great figure. Very happy to have him in the collection. Different body buck, bit more build. This George Clooney version of Batman is much more slender and kind of suits the visual aspects of the movie, but I think you still look good on your comic shelf for sure. Another figure I want to put in is, of course, the Aquaman from The Lost Kingdom. Just see these two kind of movie figures. Aquaman is much taller for sure, and he should be because he's just, I see as more of a presence to him in the physicality of his body buck as well. So that looks pretty cool to see these two guys together. It's going to be interesting to see how many collectors do a full kind of movie line on their shelf. I think I might do that one day. Just keep all the movie figures together. And we also got this guy here. One of the hands down best versions of Batman. This here is the Jim Lee Hush blue version. Big bulking figure. He looks awesome, well articulated. Sculpted details is fantastic. We've seen this body buck so many times though. It would be nice to see maybe a new body buck in 2024 from Mcfarlane, but this is still one of the great Batman figures in my collection. And then this is one that really makes me appreciate these cloth capes, and that is the Michael Keaton Batman from the Flash movie. These two guys look so good together. This is such a great Batman figure. It captures the Michael Keaton look of him. It's just the stylization. Again, I kind of want to see some more paint on it, but it's true to the movie. And I do have two versions of this. I don't know if I want to kind of customize one maybe down the road on a boring day where I have nothing to do, which is pretty much never, but maybe some custom work would be fun. And I would really want to do the customization on this Batman. I'm going to try and hunt down another version of this George Clooney Batman, and just play around with some colors on it. But yeah, this is a fantastic figure, minus that cape. That cape is just grimy. Let me know in the comments if you guys have this grimy, kind of slimy cape that I got, or is this just a factory defect, one shot, or is this the prevalent kind of issue with this figure that everybody had? All right, guys. So definitely stay tuned for the next couple of reviews. We're going to finish out this wave, and we're going to do Mr. Freeze and do a full review on him. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I truly appreciate all the support. If you want to watch more videos, we do have a massive DC Multiverse playlist with shorts and other reviews. And stay tuned for the next one. We'll see you soon, guys.